Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So welcome back to my channel. If you can hear my dishwasher, I apologize, but I am in my new house. I've been here for a little over a month now, and I know I've been MIA off of YouTube for what, like 2-3 months now. I don't apologize for that, honestly, because I've had a lot of stuff going on, a lot of good things happening. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen a lot of that. But today I want to show you guys my under the sink organization because I finally have my own house. It's a condo, but I'm calling it a house. I finally have my own house, so I can do whatever the hell I want because I paid for it. So you're gonna see a lot of things that I implemented, and I'm very happy with the organization and how it turned out. And that's about all I can really say. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. I apologize if you can hear my dishwasher, but I mean, I'm washing dishes, so what do you expect? So I've been in it's a condo, but I call it a house. I've been in my new house for, like I said, about a month. And I did get the faucet replaced. I love this. It's by Giagni, and you can find it at Lowe's. I mean, obviously there's similar ones at like Home Depot or whatever, but it does come with like a little soap dispenser that's like, you can put it in, I'll show you guys. You can put it like in the base of your sink. So I liked that because it keeps more stuff off of, you know, the countertops and away from the sink. So I think that's nice, but this is the area that we're working with, and I love owning my own place because I'm able to do whatever the hell I want. And if y'all know anything about me, it's that I love to do what I want to do, like whenever I want to do it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is just what it looks like. So there's, you know, right here's under the sink, and then I'm going to get to this in a second. But this is the same towel bar that I had at my apartment in my kitchen, so that's not new. And then I'm very specific when it comes to towels in my kitchen. I have ones that I use specifically for like drying my dishes. These bar mop towels that I've had for about 2 years now, I only use these to dry my hands. And then on top of that, I also have like yellow, they're not rags, but I have these yellow microfiber cloths. These are the only ones that I use for cleaning the kitchen. So this is what we're working with, and I will go through absolutely everything. I do want to say that I love the way this turned out, and there is a little bit more space in the back, but I'm not utilizing it because the stuff that I had back there before, I have found like a different spot for it that I like better. So it's the one thing that a lot of people don't realize about organizing is that it doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to be functional. And usually if you're the type like what I used to be, where you try to make it look pretty, it's usually not functional, you know, at the same time. So the other thing is that it's okay to have dead space as long as you're aware of it. Because I mean, you can always like fill back into that. But anyways, I'm going to start from the left and work my way over. So right here on this little command hook, I keep the current cloth, microfiber cloth, like I said, that I use to clean up my countertops. And I switch this out every single day. Sometimes I switch it out more than once in the same day. It just depends on what's going on, what I'm cleaning, yada, yada. And then up here on this tension rod, I have trash bags over here, and then I have paper towels over here. I don't use paper towels that often. I mainly use them for like food storage type stuff. And I don't like having it out on the counter. So to me, this was the perfect alternative. Okay, so since my dishwasher is right here, I have my dishwasher stuff all the way over on this side. And the bad thing about this cabinet is that there was some water damage a couple years ago. So over here on this side, there's kind of a dip and things don't sit completely straight and it drives me insane, but it is what it is. You know, this house is like, it was built in 1988, so it's older than I am. But anyways, this is the, what is it? The dishwashing detergent that the previous owner left me, and it was like a full bottle. So of course I wasn't gonna not use that. But mainly what I use are these little, you know, like the dishwashing detergent packs. I use those. And then what I also do is in here I have borax, and there's a little scoop that came with it. So I'll take a scoop of borax and I'll put it at the bottom of the dishwasher, and it's just a detergent booster. So I find that it helps. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it does. And I got both of these containers at Dollar General. I tried to find other ones, but I wasn't able to. So let me show this to you guys really quickly because I think these are pretty cool. So this was like my first time ever being in Dollar General and I found these. This one I really like because look, you can do that and then you can just come in here, grab one, throw it in the dishwasher, and you're done. Could also use these for like sugar or flour, you know, maybe like candy or something. And then this, like I said, is also from Dollar General, and it came with this scoop, which is, what is it? It's a 2 tablespoon scoop. So every time that I run the dishwasher, I put 1 scoop of the borax into the base, like the bottom of it. And that's just to kind of help with the dishes and everything. So that fits nicely. And then it also sits nicely on top. So it's not like it's taking up a bunch of space, but because, you know, the previous owner left this, I'm still using it. So it's going to be a while, but it's okay. It was free. So as you saw before, I did have these little things right here. These organizers I got from Burlington, and I actually really like them. They came in, I believe, 2 or 3 different sizes. So I got the largest size and the smallest. So in here, I have a nail brush. I like to keep one in the kitchen and one in my master bath because sometimes, you know, you're doing weird, like dirty stuff with your hands. Like I'll be cleaning something and my nails get all gross. So, and then this is another mesh strainer for my sink. I have 2 of these, and these are from when I used to live in my apartment. So what I would do is I would use one, and then the other one I would put in the dishwasher because they would get kind of like grungy. And then this is just, you know, the sink stopper that came with my house. I don't use it that often, so it just kind of sits in there. In here, I have these Fresh tablets, and I love these. These are dishwasher cleaners. So every month I will throw one of these into my dishwasher and just run it by itself. Makes it smell so much better. I know it's totally extra, but I don't care. And then in here, I have backup Brita pitcher filters. So I do have a Brita pitcher, and I technically don't need it anymore because my fridge has filtered water, but I don't like to use it all the time, and my cat drinks filtered water. I know it's extra, but he does drink filtered water, so it's just easier to use the pitcher, you know, instead of getting it from the fridge every single time. And then in these two, the small one has extra pair of gloves. So I just bought these like this past week. They're the Grease Monkey Pro Cleaning Long Cuff Neoprene gloves. I have a hard time finding gloves because my hands are so huge. So I'm gonna hope that these work. These have proven to be very, very nice. And the last pair that I had lasted me like over a year, and that was using them every single day. So highly recommend those, but I'll let you guys know about those. All right. In here, I just have different sponges and stuff like that. So I am kind of weird when it comes to sponges. I don't really like to use these where it's like the sponge and the scrubby are all in one. I don't know. Sometimes I do, a lot of the time I don't. So what I'll do is I'll buy just like the regular sponges, and then I'll buy the scrubbies separately. So these are the Full Circle Walnut Shell Scour Pads. And usually I cut these down into like thirds, and I use them to like scrub out my sink, but you know, I also use them to like scrub my pots and pans and dishes and whatever. And then I found these Wyman cooktop scrubbing pads because I went from having a gas range to an electric one, and I haven't used electric in a very long time. So I had to buy all new cleaning stuff for that. But I do really, really like these. What I did was I just cut it in half, so, you know, they last a little bit longer. And then this is a backup of the one that I'm using, but it's the Grove Collaborative Bubble Up Dish Brush. I love this so, so much. It works very, very well. And it comes with this dish, which is the Full Circle Bubble Up Dish, what is it? Dish set, I guess. So what you do is you put a little bit of soap at the bottom of this and a little bit of water, and then you put the brush in there, and then you push down, and it kind of soaps up, like it suds up. And then you can use it that way to just wash your dishes. It's how you can save a lot of soap, honestly. And this is just the sponge version. I don't like to use them a whole lot anymore, but you know, sometimes you go through phases. You like it, you don't like it, right, whatever. This stuff was all the way in the back, and it's kind of like backup stuff. So this spray 9, I absolutely am in love with. It's a heavy duty cleaner and a degreaser. Works very, very well. But it's also virucidal and bactericidal. So it kills viruses and bacteria. You can find it at Home Depot or Lowe's. It is comparable to, you know, Goo Gone. So if you need to like get a sticker off of something, or there's something like gooey that won't come off, this stuff will definitely take it off. It works very, very well. Highly recommend. But I only use stuff for disinfecting about once a week, because you're actually not supposed to disinfect too often. And then I have a backup of this soft scrub cleanser, which also cuts grease, but it's in the lemon scent. This is my favorite, and this stuff works pretty well. I also have the Finish Jet Dry that I use for my dishwasher. And then I have two different kinds, technically 3 different kinds of cooktop cleaner, because I didn't know which one would work the best. So I have the Wyman, and then I have Barkeeper's Friend, and then the one that I'm using right now is the Carbona. So I will let you all know which one I like the most, but right now I'm trying to work through the first one, and then we'll see which one I end up liking the most. Okay, moving over here to the right side, this basket has all of my most used cleaning products. So again, with the soft scrub, love it to death. I have some Mrs. Meyer's in the basil scent. I use this just as an everyday spray for my counters. And then right now I'm using this once a week for, you know, disinfecting. I don't really like it, but I bought 2 of them, and this is the second one, so I'm just trying to use it up. Bon Ami, which can't say enough good things about. And then, like I said, this is the Carbona ceramic cooktop cleaner that I'm trying to work through right now. And over here, underneath this basket and underneath the riser, I have this little Pyrex dish, which used to be from, I believe it was from like one of the Pyrex Tupperware things, but I stopped using it as Tupperware a long time ago. So what I do with this is I put my sponge or my scrubby or whatever I need to disinfect in here, and then I'll just put it in the microwave for like a minute or two. And then, you know, by the time I take it out, it's already been disinfected. So it just kind of lives in here just for that purpose. This has nothing to do with cleaning or any of that, but it's called Blue Apple, and it literally looks like a blue apple. So what you do is you take these little packets that I have in here, and you literally put it into the little plastic blue apple, and then you put it in your fridge, and it's supposed to keep your fruits and veggies fresh longer. And it actually really does work, so I can't recommend that enough. I got it at Bed Bath & Beyond, but you can totally find it on Amazon. And then in here, I have some of these Fresh tablets, or no, I'm sorry, they're the Plink tablets for your sink drain, so it helps it to smell nice. And then these little sticks are Sani sticks, so there's like an enzyme in there that helps to break down food particles in your sink and makes it smell nice. I don't really know if they work, but I broke them all in half, and yeah, I just use half of one at a time. So there's that. There's nothing behind it. And then we come to my absolute favorite part of under the sink. So this is that same little flexible container or basket or whatever you want to call it that I just took out. That was just in the, I can't talk today, in the cabinet. And in here I keep mainly soap, but I have a couple of other different things. So as you can see, I'm a huge Mrs. Meyer's fan, and I have the basil scent and honeysuckle. These two are the ones that I like to use most often, like during every other time of the year. Once we get into fall though, I am in absolute acorn spice mode. Right now I'm using acorn spice. This is a backup because I wash a lot of dishes by hand. And then for the holidays, I have peppermint. And then I also picked up 2 of the snowdrop scents. So I'm actually like really, really horrible when it comes to buying soap. I buy a lot of these all the time because, you know, it's something you can use. So it's like you can always justify buying it. This is mineral oil, and I use it for my cutting board. And then I also have like a portable kitchen island thing that has a butcher block top, so I use it for that as well. And then this is the Grove Collaborative Bubble Up Dish Brush that I'm currently using, and it doesn't fit where I normally house my sponges, and I'll show that to you guys at the end. So it just kind of sits in here. And then I have a little thing of Castile Soap, and I use this to like wash my fruits and vegetables, and I also use it sometimes just to clean. This is not Greek yogurt. I'll get to that in a minute. But I do keep some hand and body lotion. I mainly use this on my hands. But this is the Target brand Smartly, and I actually really like this lotion. It feels very nice on your hands, so can't recommend that enough. But I'm still trying to work through my Mrs. Meyer's. And then this is just a thing of hand soap that my mom got for me because I love lemons. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that all too well. So like I said, this is not Greek yogurt. This is actually a sink scrub that I use every single day. And all it is just baking soda combined with Castile soap and a little bit of like essential oil. So I just made a ton of it because I use it every single day before I go to bed. I like to scrub out my sink so that, you know, for the next day it's nice and clean and fresh. And can't recommend it enough. If you guys follow Tony Hammersley, A Bowl Full of Lemons on Instagram, she talks about it over there. But honestly, if you just mix those 3 things together, like, you'll be fine. So there's that. Last but not least, we come to the right door. So I have 2 different sizes of like straw cleaners, and then the gloves that I told you guys about that I really need to start using. And then I had to replace the one that I had before, but this is to clean like water bottles and stuff like that. You can tell, totally using all the command hooks. This is a chainmail scrubber, and I use this primarily on my cast iron, but I do occasionally use it on my stainless steel cookware. I don't really use Teflon or anything that's non-stick just because it doesn't last that long. So this has been an absolute godsend. And then this is a little pan scraper type thing, but it's just like rubberized. So, you know, you can use it on like your dishes or on your pans or whatever. This comes in very handy if I'm like making bacon and, you know, you let the fat solidify and then you like scrape it out of the pan. It works very well for that. But this is just by OXO, and you can tell I did use it. So anyways, that is absolutely everything. All I have to say is that organization does not have to be pretty. It just has to work for you. Although there is one more thing I need to show you guys, but I just wanted to talk about that for a second. Again, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be functional. And I think that's what a lot of people forget. Even I forget that sometimes. So don't get discouraged. It's just figure out what works for you and work with it. All right. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I have in here. And I know a lot of you are like, well, wait, Danielle, like, how do you have stuff in there? Like, it's not an actual drawer. No, it's not, but it does tilt out because over, what was it, last week, I installed this. So there's like 2 hinges on either side, and you have to screw it in, and then you screw in these little plastic, whatever you want to call them, things, and you can store stuff in here. So I have one of those little Wyman scrubbies for my cooktop. This is a little walnut scrubber that I use for scrubbing out my sink. The scrubber I use for dishes and stuff like that. And then is my sponge for right now. I have all of my different essential oils in here, the ones that'll fit. There's like 4 of them that don't. But I use these to kind of freshen up my sink, you know, make it smell nice, make the disposal smell nice. And this last sponge over here is the one that I use for my cat's food bowl and his water bowl, because I clean those out once a week. So just tilts out nicely, and yeah, makes for really nice storage. I can't recommend that enough. I found mine at Lowe's, but I'm pretty sure they have it at Home Depot as well. Kind of a pain to put in, I will admit, but once you have it installed, it is a godsend because it makes your sink look so much nicer. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize for being gone for so long, but you know, there's just so many different things that were going on in my life, which I will share, you know, as time progresses. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all, and I will talk to you on my next video. Bye, guys.